didn't you communicate to Canadians that you were fully dropping non-sectoral retaliatory tariffs? So not just CUSMA compliant goods, but non-CUSMA compliant goods. Also, if you have any thoughts about how Donald Trump's latest threats for tariffs on furniture and pharmaceuticals are likely to affect Canada.
I mean, the first question is a rounding error. The CUSMA compliant, no, come on. The CUSMA compliant is, for example, for Canada, it's more than 97% is CUSMA compliant. It's effectively the same thing. It's just more straightforward. We did it that way. The classes of goods, there are classes of goods where we did keep retaliatory tariffs on related to 232 tariffs, for example, on steel and aspects of autos. We are one of very few countries that still have retaliatory tariffs on with the U.S. because in those areas we are engaged in negotiations, first point. With respect to the announcements, well, form of announcements in the last 24 hours. As you know, but just to make clear, we haven't seen any of the details of those announcements. There's no executive order. There's no formality yet around those announcements. So I hesitate to be too conclusive about what I say. I would note on pharmaceuticals that the vast majority, what the announcement suggested, the Truth Social post suggested, was with respect to patented pharmaceuticals. The vast majority of Canadian pharmaceutical exports to the United States are generic pharmaceuticals, so on the face of it would not be affected by this. In addition, there was a distinction between companies that are building or plan to build plants in the United States, and many of the producers in Canada have operations in the United States. They're global companies. They have activities. So in both of those respects, the actual application of that pharmaceutical tariff, which admittedly is very high at 100%, could be modest. You note all of that was conditional because we don't have the actual thing. And the only other thing, the only comment I'll make is that we're engaged with the U.S. In ongoing discussions on some of those specific strategic areas. Those conversations are ongoing. I had a higher level conversation with the President a few days ago in New York on those. And I think what all of this underscores is the importance of the upcoming review of CUSMA. We're doing our consultations for that, as the Americans, as are the Mexicans, and there will be discussions that begin in a few months' time. And our objective is going to be obviously the best deal for Canada, but also to get ourselves in a position where there aren't these specific issues, important issues that are erupting, on an episodic basis, if I can put it that way.